I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. Happy Valentine's Day 2025. I want to wish you all the love, all the divine guidance, all the self-worth from the bottom of my heart to yours. And with that, I thought it would be super appropriate to get into the power of self-love. I was listening to a podcast a couple months back, and they were speaking about how we live in a time where everyone is in love with themselves. Everyone is preaching self-love, and everyone is loving themselves over others. I, for one, happen to disagree. I think the opposite is happening today. I know that we go around telling ourselves and the world, you got to take care of number one, and self-love means, going to the spa and taking time off and caring for yourself. But that's not self-love. We need to get into what it truly means and what it really looks like when we are loving ourselves wholly and completely. And you will find that most of us are not. And that just rings as true because I, like you, I live in the world. If everyone was truly loving themselves, then we have the capacity to love others, and we would be living in a very different world today. With everything that's happening in the climate right now, it doesn't appear that the majority of people are looking out for others, although the world is kind, and I believe it's far more kind than not. But when you look around, it seems like the majority of us are really not loving ourselves fully. And if we're not loving ourselves fully, we don't have the capacity to love anyone else. Self-love. We're going to talk about what it looks like when you have it and what it looks like when we don't have it. So at the end of this convo, you'll be able to decide for yourself, are you truly self-loving yourself, or is that just a quote that we throw out lightly? When we're truly loving ourselves, if I had to say one thing about someone who truly is filled with self-love, I would say they feel worthy of all of the greatness in life. They feel worthy of only the finest relationships. They feel worthy of only the best jobs. And usually those jobs look like playtime. Usually it's work that fills their soul. Because again, going back to worthy, if you feel completely worthy, then you are not settling for anything that's less than what you truly desire. You're not doing mediocre work that doesn't set your heart on fire. You're not doing work that you deem beneath you. You are doing purposeful work that you love, that you are aligned with. When you truly love yourself, then you are comfortable in your own space. You are comfortable in your solitude. When we truly love ourselves, we're no longer looking on the outside for outside forces, outside friendships, outside partners to validate us. When we truly love ourselves, we're moving from a place of bravery. And it doesn't mean that fear would not rise. It means that in spite of the fear, and who cares that fear comes, we move anyway because we have complete faith. We in our ability to create, to achieve anything we put our mind to. And we believe when you are filled with self-love, those of us that are filled truly with self-love believe that life is conspiring to help us achieve our dreams. We believe that as we love ourselves deeply and wholly, only those will be allowed to come into our life that are in turn loving us completely and wholly at the same level that we love ourselves. Anyone who cannot contribute to the space will need to go. And someone who truly self-loves themselves, they have no problem setting those boundaries and loving people from afar because they understand their energy is sacred. They understand what they bring to the table. They understand the power of building up an energy that is so pure because we use our energy to create everything. So we no longer share that. We no longer split that with lower level individuals that are simply coming into our life to half-ass love us, half-ass bring things to the table, half-ass have purpose. No, we are high quality individuals that are seeking only individuals that are on that same frequency. Make no mistake, I'm here to tell you, if you feel that you are truly and deeply self-loving yourself and you are filled with self-love, then you can look around in your circle and you will see no one that has access to you, immediate access to you, that you are loving up close, that is loving you less than the way you are loving yourself. We do not allow, and yes, I say we because I self-love myself. I have self-loved myself in my cocoon for many years. I got this down. So I can speak boldly about self-love. I got this. I'm comfortable in my solitude. I am blissful in my solitude. I don't need anyone to come and fill the space. If someone's coming into my life, they are enhancing the space, or they're not allowed into my life. It's just point blank. You are coming to uplift. You are not coming to tear down. You are coming with the same level of energy and reverence that I'm giving the world, that I am giving myself. And if you're not meeting me there, then I am destined to love you from afar. Those that truly self-love themselves, that have mastered this, meaning they have done the introspective work to get to a point where they truly love themselves, these people are unfazed by other people's opinions. We understand that whatever anyone thinks about us, whatever anyone says about us, has nothing to do with me and has everything to do with their perspective. We are unmoved from our seat. We know who we are. We know the worth that we bring. We know that we are precious. We know that we are sacred. We know that we are living entities of the divine. We know we are divine. And so anyone who comes with a lower level narrative about ourselves, we just know that's a reflection, a projection of themselves. Has nothing to do with us. And so we're not waved, we're not swayed by that opinion. Now let's look for a moment of someone who is possibly not self-loving themselves to the level that we are deserving of. When we are lacking self-love, the first thing is we're seeking validation from everyone. We're the ones that are always looking for a love outside of ourselves. We're the ones that you can find, I'm not trying to blanket anybody, but we're the ones that you can find riddled on the Tinder apps and the Bumble apps and whatever apps, these dating apps. And I'm not going to blanket you. If you're there, I'm sure you have a good reason. But we are the ones that are constantly seeking validation and love for someone else. We are the ones that go to the meetings and we don't speak up. We don't speak our truth because we're afraid of being rejected. We're afraid that our words don't have value. We're the ones that completely miss opportunities out of fear that we'll be rejected, out of fear, really, that we're not worthy to be chosen, that we're not worthy to live a ground life, that whatever we have to bring to the table is really, we're not worthy of it. That is left for the people, the greats. We always say, no, that's them. They're able to achieve that. They're able to do that. We don't see ourselves as peers of the greats. We feel like we are less than, right? So again, we don't feel worthy. When we are lacking in self-love, we feel less than everybody. And so we are essentially sitting, waiting on the sidelines to be chosen by a friend, being chosen by a partner. We will only accept and engage with everyone who accepts us. We're not being selective. Someone who is saturated in self-love, true self-love for themselves, is selective with the friends they keep. They understand that the world loves them, and they have at their choosing, at their disposal, they can choose any partner, any career, any friendship. So they are selective in the company that they keep. Someone who is lacking self-love, whoever is able to hang with them, who desires to hang with them, they are allowed in. Lacking self-love, afraid to be selective because you're thinking that no one better is going to come around. And if you're thinking no one's better is going to come around, it's because you don't feel you are worthy of anything better. Someone who is lacking self-love works a mundane 9 to 5 only because someone hired them. They don't get passion in what they do. They don't enjoy what they do. They are most likely living paycheck to paycheck. They waddle through life unfulfilled, unexcited, living in disadventure, if that's a word. And their friendships and their relationships, their romantic partners reflect the lack of self-love. Their partners abuse them verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So do their friendships. Someone lacking in self-love doesn't believe their intuition and their guidance. They question everything, including the very gift that we were given to be able to navigate the world and to create everything we want, which is our intuition. We doubt it because, again, we're doubting ourselves and who are we but our soul at the seat of us that guides us. So we question that. Someone lacking self-love doubts everything about their existence. They're not living in their purpose. They don't know what their purpose is. Someone without self-love is simply mediocre. There's no passion. Not only do you feel it and you see it, but the world sees it, and the world will treat you accordingly. But I want you to know that's not the way you're meant to live. I want to remind you that you are a goddess, that you are a god, that you are created in God's image. You are royalty. You are worthy of a love that reveres you and uplifts you and serves you and nurtures you and respects you. And if you have settled for something less than, that is your cue to go inward, to remind yourself, to do the work, to remind yourself of the powerful being, the regal individual that you are. If you're lacking in self-love, those people reject doing the inner work. Because doing the inner work means you have to spend a certain amount of time by yourself. But those people are never by themselves. People lacking self-love refuse to do introspection work. They are too busy buried in their job that doesn't fulfill them. They are too busy scrolling social media. They are too busy seeking outward validation in the form of a lower level friendship or partner or romantic relationship. They're too busy. It's too uncomfortable to look inward. So if you find yourself constantly inundated with, I got to gain a wife or a husband, or I need this love outside of myself, I'm here to tell you, self-loving yourself a bit more will cure that. And once it is cured, that is a powerful place to be seated at. Self-love brings everything. Love, everything in life that, what are the words? Anything in life that has reached a level of greatness, that has reached a level of impactfulness, derived from love. Love of self, love of the creative act, love of the passion and the purpose God put in your soul. Love. So when we love ourselves completely and wholly, we are now aligned with the divine that is in us. And you attract everything from the place of self-love. Everyone is looking for a shortcut. Everyone is looking and thinking that they can attract, that they can fulfill that aching part that's missing inside of them if they just find the right partner. Just the right partner will fill that spot. You are misled. It will never quench the way it quenches when you self-love yourself. Because when we love ourselves wholly, what we're doing is we're loving the God within us. We're loving God within us. And God says, seek me first and I will add everything to you. So I believe that begins with just self-loving yourself. God is living in you. So then love yourself deeply. How do you begin to love yourself deeply? You got to go inward. You got to sit with yourself. You got to sit in prayer and meditation with God. You got to ask God to reveal what is it in you that is keeping you feeling that you are not worthy of everything profound and everything powerful in your life. Ask God rather, to reveal the parts of you that need healing. He is aching to reveal them. And once he reveals them, all we simply do is feel the pain. And once we feel the pain, we can release the pain. And as we begin to heal these wounds, what happens as a byproduct is you begin to just fall deeply and madly in love with God, which is yourself. Bingo, self-love. You know, I spent most of my life not loving myself. And I ran from relationship to relationship because I was afraid of being rejected. I lived in a place of fear, paralyzed by the what if, feeling like I wasn't worthy of anything great in my life. I wasn't worthy of a beautiful, healthy relationship. I wasn't worthy of a career that embodied me. Everything that I actually love to do. I didn't feel that I was worthy of such magic. But once I began to go inward and face these traumas, I don't know, God filled me with just health and healing. And all of a sudden I became confident. I became worthy. Now it's like, I'm not looking at people like, you deserve it and I don't, or you're worthy and I'm not, or that can happen to you but not me. But I started looking like, actually, if it's you or me, it's going to be me, because I'm a winner, because I'm worthy, because I'm doing the work, because I'm following God, because I'm listening to my intuition, because I'm really loving myself. So if I'm betting on, is it going to be you that's going to win or is it going to be me that's going to win? I'm betting on me every time. That is what self-love does. You begin to put yourself first. And as you put yourself first, don't let society tell you that this is selfishness. It's absolutely not. When you put your self-love, now you're filled to capacity to be able to love others. Because you're no longer in competition with anyone. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. You know how grand you are. You know the goddess that you are. So you're not threatened or in competition with anyone. You know you're the shit. So you move humbly and accordingly. And now you're free to allow and speak truth to other people to remind them you are the shit too. We can all win. We can all win. We are meant to all win. But if we're betting on who gonna win, is it gonna be me or you? You better believe I'm betting on myself every time. Self-love will get you that. Self-love will do that to you. Self-love, it's not just talk. It's a state of mind. It's a knowing. It's that intuition saying, you damn right you gonna win. You're gonna win every time. You've healed the trauma. You've aligned with the Most High. You now understand your birthright, which is to win, and you are confident standing in that truth and telling the world, I'm a win. I hope you win too, but if you ain't, I'm still gonna win. Self-love. Let's not confuse self-love with spa days and nail appointments. No, look at your circle right now. Where are you settling? Someone who is truly loving themselves never settles. Never. I'm here to tell you. I self-love myself completely, and I'm not settling for nothing. I can say with all faith and with all boldness, I will leave anyone behind, and I mean anyone, if God asks me to. I am never going to settle for mediocre anything. Friendships, jobs, clients, homes. Nothing mediocre. I deserve spectacular. And you know how you get spectacular? Not only understanding that you deserve it, but say no to everything that is not it. Someone who does not self-love themselves, you will find them in mundane relationships. You will find them in misaligned relationships. You will find them living a mediocre life. You will find them walking worn out paths year over year because they're just settling for everything. They don't believe they're worthy. They don't believe they're able to create a grand, purposeful, fulfilling, peaceful life. So then they settle. Look around in your life. Where are you settling? And if you find that you have settled in some places, allow that to be your cue to go inward and self-love yourself a bit more. Self-love, in my opinion, if everyone really self-loved themselves, we would heal the world. Because we've already established there's no competition when you're just loving yourself. The only thing you're competing against is yourself. You want to be better than you were yesterday. That's it. You understand when you self-love yourself, you don't need to copy and do what everybody else is doing. You're confident. You're paving your own lane. Divine ideas come, creativity comes. And so you just are working every day in your own lane. That's where the saying comes, like stay in your own lane. You're building your own lane. You don't need to look at what everybody else is doing. You're busy focused on yourself, and you know you're going to win with what you got because you know you are being divinely guided. You know you're following your love. You are following your passion. You understand your worth, and you understand you are deserving to win. And so as you deserve and you know that you deserve to win, you will absolutely win. There's nothing else to it. I'm going to encourage you to take an inventory of your life right now, your relationships, your friendships, your job, your clients, your business, the books you read, the parties you're going to, the company you keep. Is it really, truly the best it can be? Are these people really aligned with you? Or are you settling? If you are settling, time to go inward. Thank you so much for joining this Valentine's Day special. I wish you all the self-love in the world. We need it because it will heal everything. I do love you, and I ask you to go love yourself a little bit more, a little bit deeper today. If you do that today, I bet you'll have an even more powerful Valentine's Day next year. Until next time, love yourself deeply and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.